We're here at a special occasion with my buddy George. And George, how old are you?
I just turned 100.
100, and he turned 100 in March. He's 100 and a couple months old.
102 months.
102.
March the 4th.
March the 4th. And one reason why I'm showing you, talking to George, my real good friend for, geez, I don't know how many years.
A long time.
30 years.
Yeah.
And did all kinds of stuff at church together and projects. But I thought, since Memorial Day's coming up,
Yeah.
George, you served in World War II?
Yeah.
What service were you, what branch were you in?
I was in the Signal Corps.
Single Corps?
Yeah. Anyway, when I went in, I had learned how to climb telephone poles. So you might know the first pole that I climbed was a 40-foot blackjack.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, and I cut out. I got up at the top and I cut out and down I came.
Oh, really?
But the thing is, you never grab the pole. You try to dig it in.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know enough to grab the pole, and I had nothing but slivers on both sides. But I learned the first time.
What were you, about 18 years old then?
Well, I was 18 when I went in,
Yeah.
and I spent 3 years. I was in both theaters. I was in Germany and Japan, both. But I traveled in Germany. I was in Holland, Czechoslovakia, and France. Actually, we landed in France, at Le Havre, France. We landed, and then I spent about 1.5 years, almost 2 years in Germany, and then I went through the Panama Canal.
Wow.
And ended up over in the Philippines, and from the Philippines went to Japan.
Really?
And then they surrendered. The Japanese surrendered when we was out at sea. We was in the Lashaw Islands on our way to Japan when they surrendered.
Okay.
And they dropped a big bomb, but I never seen nothing like that in the sky. We wasn't that
Right.
close. We were quite a ways from it.
What years did you serve?
Anyway, I don't know what else to tell you.
What years did you serve?
Huh?
What years did you serve? Like,
What year?
oh, yeah, 40 to...
I went in 18. I was 18 and went in 73. I can't remember.
You can't remember?
Okay, that's all right.
You did your 2 or 3 years in the Army?
3 years.
3 years. Now, what was that one episode where you fell and you cracked all your teeth? What happened there?
Well, I was in Germany and I was in charge of a team. I had about 4 men, and what we do, we lay the field wire, and it was a double, field wire. It had, anyway, and then we'd have to place the wire. We'd either have to throw it off in the bushes, keep it off of the road,
Yeah.
keep it up, because the tanks used to move at night, and they tear up the wires all the time. And the next morning we had to go out and place the wires and either repair them or run more wire.
Yeah.
So, anyway, because I was in charge, I felt it was my job to hook up the wires to the switchboard. And that's when we had the crank phones.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so I hook up the wires, and it happened to be in an old house, like a 2-family flat like we got down East Dearborn, them old ones.
Yeah.
Had a porch out there in the front and everything, So, and the switchboards was up on the 2nd floor, and the house had already been hit with mortar, and it was pretty bad shape. Where they were using the command post. It was about 100 miles from where they were fighting.
Oh, really?
Anyway, so what happened? Because the old house was already hit and it was falling down, and so I hung on the window, and I was holding onto the frame with one hand, and I was bringing the wire across, and I was tying the wire in on the side there to hold it up off the, on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happened, the whole window frame pulled out from what I can remember, because when I hit the ground, I don't remember nothing. I was out, but I remember coming to, and I thought I could hear a German, somebody said it was a doctor or somebody was, a German man was working on me
Oh yeah.
on the ground. And when I went down from the window down, it must have been like a driveway or asphalt road or something coming into the house. And so anyway, I ended up to knocked all my teeth out. And when I came to, I was in a field hospital. It was one of them big 14-man tents.
Okay.
Anyway, I came to, and it was nighttime. And this happened in the morning, probably around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
the best I can remember. Anyway, so when I came to, I could hear, it was nighttime already, and I could hear somebody talking over there in the front of the trailer, in the front of the tent.
The 10.
And so I tried to get their attention, and I hollered to them and I asked them where I was. And they came over and talked to me and told me that I was in the hospital. And I says, I'm not staying in this hospital. You better get a hold of somebody and get me out of here in the morning because our outfit's moving. We
Yeah.
used to move a lot
Yeah.
going forward. So the next morning, my first sergeant had a Jeep and he came and picked me up.
They're
And
like,
I had 2 black eyes and all my teeth knocked out.
jeez.
Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. And busted nose.
That happened in France?
So when I got out of the service, everybody told me that I had to sign up at the VA, you know,
VA.
for the hospital.
Yeah.
I said, as far as I can tell, I don't really want to go, but if it'll help any, I'll sign up. So that's when the VA hospital was down there at Outer Drive in Southfield,
Oh, okay.
the old place. So I signed up at the hospital, and it took probably maybe a year or 2 years before it finally went through. So then anyway, so now I got a 30% disability, but it's not for my teeth, it's for my scars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where my teeth went through the lip and everything.
Oh, really? There you go.
And now I don't go to Detroit because I don't want to go no place.
You see, I want to go no place.
I want to go to be with the Lord.
Yep. He's still waiting. The Lord call him home.
Yeah.
But we got him here for 100 years so far. So
What a blessing.
There's his Bible right next to
That's
him all the
right.
time. So
Yeah.
yep.
I've been reading. I jumped around, but I've been reading, and this so much. Look at how the pages are all
Yeah,
wrinkled
right.
up and torn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. So
Anyway,
George Calder. That's how I have it. So Memorial Day, put this interview out there. So in World War II he served. He's still around, 100 years old in 2 months.
Yep. Very proud. Thank you for your service, George.
Thank you, George.
We
Mr.
love
Calder.
you.
and thank you very much for interviewing me.
All right.
Okay, take care.